Okay, I'm recording here. So just want to talk a little bit about caramelization in Salad Master, in any pan actually. Caramelization is all about heat. It's got nothing to do with fat. So you do not need oil or butter to caramelize. Caramelization happens when you add heat that creates a browning and caramelizes. If you can see this pan, see all the moisture? That you can't caramelize when there's moisture, so forget that dry saute business, water saute thing. All you're doing is doubling your work. So let the pan dry out. See, this pan here is flared, so it's actually shooing the moisture out. Where if you did a tall pan like this, that's a saucepan. It doesn't like to lose moisture. Sorry about the moisture here. Plenty of moisture coming off this. So if you want to caramelize, the color is the temperature. So I have this on medium heat because I'm using Salad Master or any, but if you wanted to fry, you need more heat. Fry is high heat, and the only reason you put oil with fried food is because the cookware needs it, or if the food has no oil whatsoever. Like if you did fried tofu without oil, it would be like a baked tofu, because fry means high heat with oil. Okay, so that's going to caramelize it faster and give me a deeper, richer color, but it has nothing to do with oil. So the only reason you add oil to your pan is because the cookware needs it, or because it's just habit. So again, if you want caramelization, you have to add heat. If you add, and you have to let it dry out, otherwise it's going to simmer, because liquids cause things to simmer. Okay, so if you add, same thing, if you were doing caramelized red peppers, you would not need any oil. If you put too much heat on, they would be roasted, not caramelized. So those are two heat terms that I think get missed or are confusing. And it's really all about the equipment you use and the stove you have. And then once you know your stove, and every burner is different, that burner is 2 different burners, which is different than this burner, which is different than that burner, which is different than that burner, and there's one back there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different burners, all different temperatures, which is craziness. If we had efficient cookware in our homes, we wouldn't need 6 different burners. We'd all need the same heat and the same control, the same power. Anyway, hope that helps and eliminates the thoughts about caramelizing. See, you've got to wait for it to dry before it caramelizes, otherwise it just stews. And I don't want stewed onions, I want caramelized onions. If I add oil to this now, it's just going to boil in oil, and when it gets hot enough, that's called deep frying. Again, frying means with oil. Baking means with high heat, dry heat. And if you have the proper equipment, you don't need to have an oven, which is what I do not own. So I have drawers because I put my money into my cookware, because I can take this to the cottage. I'm not going to take my oven to the cottage or camping or whatever, traveling. Anyway, it's a discussion. Okay, see, now I get the caramelization. It's starting to stick. You cannot get caramelization without sticking. So don't worry about your cookware sticking, because that's flavor. And if you can't put steel in your cookware, change your cookware, because you're eating the cookware and it's causing you to add oil to the pan. And for every tablespoon of oil that you add to your food, well, a tablespoon a day is 14 pounds of fat that you are consuming a year because your cookware needs it. So your cookware could be making you fat and causing you to add salt and sugar because the cookware flavor is bitter. This steel does not release any kind of heavy metals or bitterness. That's called 316 titanium steel, which is not cheap. So don't get afraid of the money either when you're using something every day and you don't want it to break down and go into your gut, okay? Hope that helps. My tips for the day, that's gonna be French onion soup. Or just, gosh, that would be delicious on a salad when it's cold. Bye.